What is going on, guys? My name is Ben. How are you guys doing today? I do apologize for this video being up a day later, but thanks for sticking around. Without further ado, let's get started. So, there's an article I read recently, which the link will be in the description below, where 40,000 employees from Verizon Wireless are actually on strike. Now, the reason why for that is because they've been working without a contract of some sort for quite some time right now, and now they're on strike and they're demanding for better pay and better work conditions. Apparently, there were 10,000 people that Verizon has trained but have no experience, and in order for Verizon to meet these demands, they feel like they have to cut down on benefits since their wired business was declining or something. Not 100% sure what's going on for them to cause for business decline, but these employees are not happy with how Verizon has been operating, and they're not happy with how they're being treated apparently. But negotiation contracts fell flat, therefore they're on strike. Now, how is this going to affect Verizon in a way? Well, first of all, you're talking about people who are going on strike who have tons of experience for a long period of time, and then you have this small group of people who have no experience but have gotten some training. Now, if all these 40,000 people were to quit and they still have the 10,000 around, Verizon might still be able to operate, but they might not be able to operate any longer. Now, this count doesn't include anybody from the wireless business, which I'm not 100% sure how they're taking all this data, but I can imagine that, like, with all these employees, wanting to quit all of a sudden or all at once, it's definitely going to hurt Verizon's business, and who knows, it could cause them to go out of business as well. But what can Verizon do for these people to meet their demands? Now, the article mentioned, okay, they argued that they would have to cut down benefits, but the issue is every business has their own flaws, and then employees are demanding for this, but companies would have to do this. I mean, there could be companies that you work for that don't give you all the benefits. Who knows? You might not have, vacation benefits or health insurance benefits. And sometimes, like, you could be working for a company and then you're short a benefit. If you guys understand what I'm getting at here. But other than that, if Verizon were to not meet these demands and all these 40,000 people quit, and the next thing you know, their business is going to decline, and then it could cause them to actually go out of business, like I said, which means you won't have the top 4 carriers anymore. Now it'll be down to top 3 carriers, which would be AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint. Those are the most common carriers that I heard, or I always hear when it comes to deciding, okay, which carrier does a particular person want. Say people switch from AT&T to Sprint because it actually cuts their bill in half, and yeah, even though Sprint doesn't have a lot of cell coverage, at that particular era, they'll actually get better servers compared to AT&T. Therefore, why spend the extra money on AT&T's quality of service when you can just go with Sprint, stay at the area you're always at most of the time, and know that you have the best cell coverage there is. Believe it or not, while T-Mobile and Sprint don't have a lot of coverage throughout the whole country, there are certain spots where they actually work better than AT&T and Verizon. I would say AT&T and Verizon are the top 2 carriers that provides great service, and not even, well, they're all bad, but I would say the most reliable services out there. It depends on if you want to spend a little bit more on Verizon for a little bit more features, or if you want to go with AT&T, and I don't see that many features with AT&T compared to Verizon. But then again, I don't go carrier shopping all the time. But in my opinion, I think Verizon's the best. I don't know. I feel like they have better coverage from in the area that I've seen. But then again, it varies on where your location is and which carrier or works better at that particular location. It seems like Verizon works better on the Pacific region of the country, but other than that, like I said before, it varies on your location. And of course, people would complain about how AT&T is overpriced and all. Well, I heard that Verizon was actually more expensive and that they're overpriced. But I also heard people say it's worth the money. You definitely want to go with Verizon versus any other carrier out there. But I don't know. I guess it just depends on your needs and what you're looking for, and who. That is how you will decide which carrier is best for you. And Verizon has been in the cell phone industry or the network industry for a long period of time now. I mean, I can't even remember when they first started rolling out, but I'm not 100% sure if they're fairly new. I mean, I would say I've actually heard more about Verizon. I when I would say maybe 10 or 12 years ago when they first started rolling out. No, not no, 12 years ago, excuse me. I would say maybe between 6 to 8 years ago. Because that's when, well, I used to watch cable TV all the back then. And I've started seeing commercials where they mention about Verizon Wireless, and then you get flyers in the newspaper. Okay, Verizon Wireless, because before back then, all I heard was Singular or AT&T. That's it. I've never heard of any other carrier. And then as I started getting older, then I started hearing about all these other carriers. I mean, Boost Mobile, um, Metro PC, whatever the other carriers were. I mean, I just didn't hear all these carriers when I was a lot younger. I found out more about these as I got older. So, it depends on what you're looking for, and it depends on what your needs are. So that's it. Do you guys think that Verizon will meet the demand of these employees to keep them? What do I think about this? Well, if they're going to try to meet the demands, there's a possible chance that they might have to cut down on staff and make their staff smaller, which is going to ruin their production a little bit. And I'm not sure if they will rehire until they get things back up to speed. So that's what my thinking is. I don't because I can't see Verizon like completely declining this. I mean, worst case scenario, they could probably just give everybody a raise. But the issue with that being is, well, actually, I'm not 100% sure if that would even be an issue. I would think that, okay, some people may argue about how they should get more than that amount. And it's basically just personal preference. Overall, they can't lose these 40,000 people who have a long period of time of experience. If they did, well, might as well just close the door. You know what I mean? So that's it. Thanks so much for watching. What do you guys think about this? Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.